Hey gamers, just wanted to talk about a battle that we just played this weekend with at the Kennesaw Mountain Wargamers headquarters with Bill Amick, Greg McCluskey, and the guys. That group's been together here in Atlanta since the 90s. Great group of guys. It's probably the longest running organized club that I know of. I used to be part of the Atlanta Miniature Historical Gaming Society, but that's kind of, we're super disorganized and kind of fallen by the wayside, so to speak. But they're still going strong in Bill Amick's basement. So I went by there, had a great Saturday. We played the Battle of Saalfeld, 28 millimeter Napoleonics, 1806. Very interesting campaign. The scenario we used came from this scenario book, right? General Day Brigade. And it makes the game winnable, I'd say, at least, or possibly winnable. I think historically it was definitely going to be a tough fight for the Prussians and Saxons, but as far as wargaming it, the scenario booklet here in General Brigade allows the Prussians to, kind of change their initial deployments. I've added a couple extra things to where some hypothetical, they actually got another regiment in of hypothetical reserves. And the rules we used are my own set. They're called Campaign 1806, or, the German title, Feldzug 1806. But kind of just intuitive rules that I use for conventions, where, again, can be played in like 3 hours. Again, kind of intuitive, simple rules. And really the rules favor the leadership of the French, kind of penalize the Prussians as far as the leadership piece. But the Prussian troops were very good, in my opinion. I mean, man for man, especially if they're just in line volleying, right? And they're coming from the great legacy of Frederick the Great. Just they were outmaneuvered at the army and corps level by the French, and placed in just bad positions. But we had a great time playing it. We had 6 players. I ran the game. Kind of what happened really was the French left. We'll just talk about the French. The French left, the cav. The cav on the French left, the hussars, kind of got tied up around some of the villages and kind of pinned in, I'd say, by the Saxons in squares. So that was, that was kind of a cav duel battle, and the Saxon, kind of in square, kind of locked that down. The center was kind of just a standoff, just lines and columns charging and blazing away, and artillery, but really not much decisive in the middle. But on the French right, actually, surprisingly, the French Leger, a new player, had a great time, but kind of came up and, instead of, attacking in column and blasting away, kind of formed in the line and just tried to slug it out with the Prussians, and ended up kind of getting whittled down a little bit, and then attacked by cavalry and kind of broken. So actually the French right kind of began to collapse, and we just determined that, I wouldn't say that the Prussians won the battle, but as far as gaming it, the French, we determined, were not going to be able to capture Saalfeld and cross the river, that they would have had to withdraw and wait for reinforcements and probably relaunch attack in the morning, giving the Prussians time to get away. So the Prussians definitely didn't dominate the battlefield by any means, but the French were not able to achieve the tough victory conditions of defeating the army and then crossing the, capturing Saalfeld and being able to cross the river. But great battle. Took a lot of pictures. Bill has a great gaming room, but here's some pictures from our refight of the Battle of Saalfeld. Take care. Good gaming.